tribe in Mexico called the Tarahumara. There was a terrific book about them published here in the United States last year. Tarahumara Indians have been known to run 200, 300 miles barefoot in foot races. They drink a corn beer concoction by the barrel, achieving levels of blind drunkenness that would be the envy of any Skid Row drunk. And yet they go out and work the next day. They have an unusual culture all their own. Most noteworthy, Ponce de Leon has now lived in East Los Angeles, an almost all Mexican community, for 9 years, and says that he has never once run into another member of his tribe. That's astonishing.
We've seen Gamboa switch up to southpaw a couple times this round. There he does it again.
Yeah, he feels so comfortable. He feels he can do what he wants. He has that much control with his talent in this fight.
If that's the case, Emmanuel, I think he should increase the offensive output.
I agree with you.
Make sure to be with us next weekend for an all-access pass inside the Mayweather-Ortiz matchup. We kick things off Friday night at 7:30 with a replay of the first 3 episodes of 24/7 Mayweather-Ortiz, followed by the premiere of the series final at 9 p.m. Immediately after the final episode, join me for 24/7 Overtime Live. I'll be joined by special guests as we recap the series and preview Saturday night's fight. Our Mayweather-Ortiz coverage continues Saturday at noon on the HBO Zone with a 6-hour window of non-stop programming. Join me, Larry Merchant, and Emmanuel Stewart at 4 p.m. for Fight Day Live, a 1-hour special packed with features, interviews, and guests. It's all part of the countdown toward that night's welterweight mega fight between Floyd Mayweather and Victor Ortiz on HBO pay-per-view. It's a lot of television next weekend. That will be fun.
A lot of fun.
Combi box numbers in the 7th round. Gamboa starting to put a little more distance between himself and De Leon. Gamboa landing 21 punches in that round out of 51. Ponce de Leon 11 out of 49. Harold Letterman still scoring a shutout for Gamboa, but it's not a lopsided shutout. It's a shutout in which every round has been interesting.
Okay, let's go. All right, good. Touch him up.
It's because Gamboa's pitching a shutout, but on offense he's hitting singles and an occasional double, and he's capable of hitting home runs. He mentioned to us also yesterday in the fighter meeting, Gamboa did, that hearing criticism in the American press has motivated him to put together the complete package, as he did in the Solis fight, where we saw an emerging super fighter. He's certainly in control here. He's a superb fighter, but this is not the kind of performance that makes you start thinking about Martinez and Donaire and Mayweather and Pacquiao.
Round 8 of a scheduled 12 in Atlantic City. Yuriorkis Gamboa of Cuba and the United States in the blue, red, and white trunks against Daniel Ponce de Leon of Mexico in the silver trunks. Gamboa trying to cement his status as the #1 featherweight in the world, and so far doing it against a spirited, competitive opponent, Ponce de Leon. And now their heads come together and clash, and there's blood above the left eye of Ponce de Leon.
Accidental headbutt. Check him out, Doc. Accidental headbutt.
Let's take a look at the headbutt. Bang. Conventional fighter against a southpaw. Both guys trying to be offensively aggressive at times. It's the kind of thing which was bound to happen.
What do you want me to do? We'll go to the scorecards if that's the case. Okay? All righty. Sit down. Okay.
They're going to stop it. Hard luck for both fighters, really, because it would have been useful to see them complete. Harold, they're stopping the fight and going to the scorecards for a technical decision.
Right. Jim, if you go beyond round 4 and the fight gets stopped by a cut caused by an accidental headbutt, you go to the scorecards under the unified rules, which is what they're fighting under tonight. Now here comes the caveat. You score the partial round. So that means we got to get a score for 8 rounds. Now I think round 8, what we saw of round 8, was clearly won by Yuriorkis Gamboa 10-9. So I've got it a shutout. I've got it 80-72 for Yuriorkis Gamboa. But, you know, we'll see how the judges have it. But we'll definitely go to the scorecards because it's a cut caused by an accidental butt, which caused the fight to be stopped.
We've seen some troublesome scoring in New Jersey in the last couple of years. There was an absolute travesty of a decision earlier this year for Paul Williams over Arislandi Lara here, and the judges who rendered that decision were suspended. This is perhaps as high quality a judging panel as we've recently seen here. Julie Letterman is one of the best. Steve Weisfeld is definitely one of the best in New Jersey. And Shafiq Rashada, I don't know as well, but he's working with them. Harold?
He's a very good judge. A veteran guy, comes from the Newark area. I've never disagreed with Shafiq Rashada in a fight. I think he'll do an excellent job.
I'm not going to ask you to critique your daughter. What about Steve Weisfeld?
Teaches me everything I know. I want you to know that.
Julie Letterman, by the way,
Weisfeld,
all due respect, Harold, might be the best judge in boxing, and Steve Weisfeld gives her some competition.
There you go. Steve Weisfeld, you know, Julie and Steve get together a lot. They compare scores. They're very close friends. Steve's a very good judge. He's been getting better and better and better over the years. He's practicing attorney in Jersey, doing a good job.
All right. Looks like Lupe Contreras is ready to give us the official particulars. Let's go there.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Alan Huggins calls a halt to the action with an official time of 1 minute, 24 seconds of round number 8. And due to the fact that the bout was stopped due to an accidental clash of heads, in accordance with the rules of the New Jersey Athletic Control Board, we go to the scorecards to determine a winner. Judges Letterman and Weisfeld score the bout identically at 70-63. And Judge Rashada scores it 69-64. All 3 in favor for the winner by way of technical unanimous decision. Yuriorkis, el Ciclón de Guantánamo, Gamboa.
Final CompuBox numbers. Gamboa landing 25 more punches, throwing 19 more punches. But Daniel Ponce de Leon was in the fight every minute, simply outgunned by the skills and the speed of Yuriorkis Gamboa. Power shots, and here the margin is exactly the same. 25 landed punches for Gamboa. So that the overall difference by which he landed is the same as the difference in power shots. And now let's go to Max Kellerman with Yuriorkis Gamboa and interpreter Jerry Olaya.
Congratulations, Yuriorkis, on pitching a virtual shutout. How do you evaluate your performance?
Bueno, esta pelea para mí fue muy importante, ya que este hombre me llevó a un round de 8 rounds y verdaderamente mucha gente decía que si yo iba a esos lugares no iba a ser noqueado.
This fight was very important to me, and this man took me close to the 8th, and many people said that I wouldn't get there and that I would be in danger if I was in that range.
In your last fight against Solis, you looked like the Gamboa that everyone was waiting for. Speed, power, defense, offense, everything. Here, although you controlled the action, it wasn't as sensational. Why is that?
Bueno, el objetivo mío principal era alegarle esta pelea, porque me decían de que estos muchachos si pasaba de 4 o 6 rounds podían noquearme a mí. Le quería demostrar al público que yo podía atender la pelea y lo iba a noquear en los últimos rounds.
My purpose was to extend the fight and go beyond 4 rounds, because many people were saying that if I went beyond the 4, that he would be able to knock me out. But my purpose was to go beyond that.
That's a little bit strange considering you're trying to generate interest in a super fight with someone. At this point, who is that someone? Who do you want? Lopez has now lost.
Bueno, en este caso, ya yo como había dicho en las entrevistas anteriores, quiero ir a buscar a Manny Pacquiao, quiero ir a buscar a los mejores de los que están ahora, los mejores libra por libra, porque me he dado cuenta que en las 126 libras no tengo rival.
As I said before in earlier interviews, I want to go for Manny Pacquiao and go for the best pound for pounds, because obviously in my weight division I have no challengers.
Well, there are 2 young challengers up and coming. Mikey Garcia, who looks like he's almost ready, And we've seen Gary Russell Jr. recently, who looks maybe like he's